Welcome to the Bare Metal Cyber CCISO Prepcast. This series helps you prepare for the exam with focused explanations and practical context. To be eligible for the Certified Chief Information Security Officer exam, candidates must demonstrate at least 5 years of experience in executive-level cybersecurity roles. This experience must be specifically aligned with the types of decisions, responsibilities, and strategic oversight expected from a security executive. ECC Council looks for responsibilities that go beyond operational tasks and reflect broader leadership in governance, policy, and enterprise-level decision-making. The role of the candidate matters, as eligibility is determined not only by how long someone has worked in security, but by the kind of work they have done. Proper documentation of executive-level duties is critical, and many applicants mistakenly assume that general security work qualifies, even when it does not meet the leadership criteria. Each of the 5 ACEC domains has specific experience requirements that must be met. ECC Council expects that candidates have worked in functions aligned with each domain, such as governance, risk management, control implementation, program strategy, and core competencies. It is not enough to have general exposure to these areas. Candidates must show leadership within them. Executive-level experience typically involves making strategic decisions, influencing policy, managing cross-functional teams, or aligning security practices with business goals. The evaluation of domain experience is conducted during the application process, and candidates are encouraged to demonstrate both the depth and the breadth of their background. Breadth refers to coverage across all domains, while depth refers to significant leadership responsibilities within at least some of them. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other podcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. While there is no strict academic requirement to sit for the CCISO exam, having relevant educational qualifications can enhance an application and in some cases substitute for experience. Degrees in cybersecurity, information systems, or business management are commonly accepted, and advanced degrees can help validate readiness for the exam. Additionally, ECC Council recognizes several other industry certifications that may complement a candidate's application. These include recognized credentials in governance, risk, compliance, and technical security domains. When an applicant lacks direct experience in a particular domain, having a certification that covers that area can help demonstrate familiarity and strengthen the overall profile. However, educational credentials are generally only considered substitutes for experience when they align directly with the CCISO domains and are supported by professional context. Submitting strong and clear documentation of professional experience is a critical part of the CCISO application process. Acceptable documentation includes detailed job descriptions, letters of reference, performance evaluations, and other materials that clearly outline executive responsibilities. The ECC Council review process is structured to verify each submission against domain-specific expectations. Candidates should take care to format their submissions clearly, emphasizing relevant experience and leadership roles. The clarity and organization of this documentation directly affect the timeline for approval. Ambiguous or incomplete submissions often result in delays or rejections. Avoid common mistakes such as failing to show strategic responsibilities or submitting technical-only experience. Helps keep the process efficient and increases the likelihood of a smooth review. Some candidates may qualify for the CCISO exam through the experience waiver pathway. This option is available to individuals who do not meet all 5 years of executive experience, but demonstrate equivalent qualifications through a combination of certifications, education, and documented leadership in related roles. The waiver is not automatic. It requires specific criteria to be met and documented through a separate application. While the waiver provides an alternate route to eligibility, it also comes with trade-offs. Applicants using this pathway must demonstrate excellence in other areas to offset the reduced experience. The approval process for the waiver includes a separate review, and candidates must prepare detailed evidence to support their request. This route can be helpful for professionals transitioning into executive roles from strong technical backgrounds, or for those whose leadership was informal but substantial. EC Council defines executive-level experience as responsibility for the strategic direction and oversight of information security programs. This includes managing budgets, setting policy, leading governance initiatives, and aligning security goals with business objectives. It differs from managerial experience, which may involve supervision or technical oversight without broader influence on organizational direction. Positions that clearly qualify as executive experience include Chief Information Security Officer, Vice President of Security, or Director of Information Security with strategic planning duties. Candidates often confuse management experience with executive leadership, but ECC Council looks for evidence of enterprise-level impact, ensuring that the experience described in the application reflects the correct scope and level is essential for eligibility approval. CCISO eligibility is not restricted by industry, which means that professionals from any sector can apply as long as their experience matches the required roles. Security experience in industries such as healthcare, finance, government, education, or manufacturing is all considered valid, provided it aligns with the CCISO domains. Cross-sector experience can even strengthen an application by demonstrating adaptability and strategic breadth. ECC Council evaluates experience based on function and responsibility, not on industry context. Applicants should present their cross-sector experience in a way that highlights the continuity of executive responsibility. This sector-neutral approach ensures that the certification is accessible to leaders regardless of their organization's focus. If a candidate's eligibility submission is rejected or returned for clarification, there is a formal appeals process available. In cases where more information is needed, EC Council may request additional documentation or explanations. The timeline for appeals and reconsideration depends on the complexity of the submission and the responsiveness of the applicant. Candidates should follow instructions carefully when submitting appeals, using the opportunity to clarify misunderstood roles or expand on executive functions that may not have been fully represented. Effective responses to inquiries often include revised documentation, additional endorsements, or specific project summaries that demonstrate alignment with the domains. Staying organized and responsive helps resolve eligibility concerns more efficiently. Planning ahead to meet CCISO eligibility requirements can help professionals position themselves for long-term success. Candidates who are not yet eligible should identify roles or projects that can help them gain executive-level experience. This may include taking on governance responsibilities, leading cross-functional security programs, or participating in strategic planning committees. Identifying gaps early allows professionals to shape their career path in a way that aligns with the certification's standards. Accelerating experience acquisition through mentorship, project leadership, or organizational involvement is a proactive way to build the needed qualifications. Aligning professional development with the CCISO domains ensures that every step taken moves the candidate closer to eligibility. Before submitting an application, candidates should go through a final checklist to confirm that they meet all requirements. This includes verifying that each domain is covered with relevant experience, collecting supporting documentation, and ensuring that executive-level responsibilities are clearly described. Key questions include whether the candidate has made decisions that impact enterprise-level outcomes, influenced governance structures, or led strategic risk programs. Reviewing the submission for clarity and completeness helps reduce the chance of rejection. ECC Council also looks for red flags, such as vague descriptions, overly technical roles without leadership scope, or inconsistencies between submitted materials and claimed responsibilities. Avoiding these issues can make the difference between approval and delay. Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Bare Metal Cyber CISO Prepcast. For more episodes, tools, and study support, visit us at baremetalcyber.com.